Guitar Boss Radio, coming to you now.
Welcome to today's podcast with Josh and Rich, guitarboss.co, joshgillis.com. Today we're going to chit chat about organic marketing. And I'm going to hand it over to you, Josh. You are the master of organic.
Well, I can definitely tell you what's worked for me. It's kind of funny. We were sitting there talking earlier, or maybe a time or two ago, we were talking about just how hard it is just to get started and get your first freaking student. You've got the skill, you have the passion, you want to get going, but you just don't have the clout or the reviews, or those the coveted 5-star reviews and all that kind of stuff. And so, where do you even start? And a lot of people, I'll just tell you what I did, but basically at the time I was interested in doing guitar lessons. I was helping volunteer like a student ministry on like Wednesday nights, and I ended up having a student interested. And so I did a lesson for him, and then I would just basically record or ask for permission to take a picture or whatever, after a while, after a few lessons, and be like, hey, I'm just kind of getting started. Would you care if I showed a picture of us just jamming or whatever? And I'm like, yeah, sure, whatever. But that first picture is so crucial because it shows who you are, what you do, and who you're serving. Those are three crucial things. And so once you have that first kind of go, it's really just the accumulation of a snowball effect from there. You just got to keep building on that. So that was the first few students who got interested in doing that. And then I started posting more on Facebook, and I didn't do a whole lot of Instagram. Really, it was just Facebook at the time. This was back in, 2009 or something. So it was a lot of kind of organic Facebook posts and all that kind of stuff. And so then I decided to went to Office Depot, is what it's called around here. And it's had a business card pack where you print them on your home computer. So I got a pack of, like 100 business cards to print, right? And so I use my own printer ink at home. I split it through the little machines and print it off my little business cards, that if they get wet, they smear, that's like super cheap way to do it, but whatever, so I had my contact information, and just had me, my name, address, or I don't even put my address, I put my name, phone number, and maybe a picture of a guitar. I don't remember what they look like, but
security number.
Yeah, that didn't matter, man. The main thing is when you talking to people and networking, you just hand it out, be like, oh, by the way, they may see me playing with the church band or something, be like, hey, do you teach? Oh yeah, here's my card. Let me know if your students interested, whatever. A lot of it's just talking, and it's slow, man. Look, I've been, I started off this, right now we're in August 17th. I just went full time in January, and I had 4 students that I was doing part-time up to that point. Now I'm up to 21 or so. And so it takes time. I didn't just bam up overnight. I haven't run a Facebook ad yet. I haven't done anything like that. I haven't paid for anything other than just business cards or whatever. But I haven't done flyering the neighborhoods. It's just been strictly, I'm just doing something and then I'm talking about it. I'm doing something and I'm talking about it. I just keep posting and try to help and give, give value with no expectation of immediate returns. It's just kind of push out the value. So another thing I do,
seeds.
Just plant the seeds, man. Yeah, exactly. Some will take, some won't. And just, man, start networking. I am an introvert 100%. I do not I don't get my energy off people. I would be fine just myself all day, hanging out, doing whatever. But this doesn't call for you to be introverted at times. I mean, it's a good thing because I can connect really well with students one-on-one, because I'm just able to connect on that level, man. But a couple things you can do, start thinking about, that I did recently anyway, was I started thinking about local area music teachers, right? So I actually, back in May, before school let out, I went and started meeting with some local music teachers at schools in the area, of schools that had bigger amounts of kids. And I just made a contact, and I would just say, hey, I'm Josh. I would love to I can go, maybe I should go back and like screenshot the messages I sent just to show, but it said something to the effect of like, I was trying to frame it in a way that would help them. I would say, hey, I'm Josh. I'm a beginner guitar teacher. I hear that you are the piano and voice teacher here at the school. Do you have any business cards? I would love to connect. Do you have any business cards that I could grab to pass out to any of my students who are interested in voice or piano? Because I don't teach that, right?
Yeah.
And so, they're like, oh yeah, sure, whatever, swing by. And so I would set these meetings of people and get to know them, and really just nothing's going to happen immediately usually. But they will unlock new opportunities that I never knew were there. But just having those simple non-expectation meetings, just show up, give them your card, introduce yourself, try to make a good connection. And because then another teacher I met with at another school was just like, oh yeah, me and my husband used to run, it was called Music Alley recording studio for like 14 years downtown. I was like, man, I never knew that. And apparently this guy's an incredible sound engineer, like built the studio with like these soundproof walls and like really knew what he was doing. And anyway, it's just cool to have that connection now because we just started renting a new studio space. And if we really revamp it later, then he'll be the guy I contact to get some consultation with. Right. So you just never know. There's local
Rolodex.
Exactly, man. Exactly. Just try to be don't try to be like the networker extraordinaire, like you got all the answers for everybody, but just try to connect people to other people, like without you being involved, like just strict give value, and then people start coming in like, go ahead.
Yeah, it was like the piano teacher thing, wasn't it? The piano tuner person that you spoke about.
Yeah, it's just like, yeah, exactly. Now all of a sudden people are calling me about who to fix pianos. I'm like, dude, I don't even play piano, but here they are, But you're right. Now you're kind of becoming the go-to person for that, and so hopefully, maybe in a conversation that they have with some of their friends or family, it's just like, oh yeah, we got our Gatoon. Well, how'd you hear? Who'd you find? Well, I called Josh, and he knew the guy. Well, who's Josh? Well, he teaches. Yeah, it just that's how that kind of thing happens, and so.
And if you're referring, I think I'm repeating what you said, but if you're referring people to the piano tuners, then the piano tuner people might refer people to you.
Yeah, exactly.
They might take a few cards. They say, "Oh, does anyone want lessons? Here's 5% off or something."
Yeah.
Or free introductory lesson.
Yeah, that's it, man. Yeah. It reminded me too, like. That happened with the local guitar shop in town. I think I can't remember if I said this on this podcast, but I said I've never done flyers. Actually, I have done flyers, but they're like those 11 by 17, like posters almost. So I guess they were flyers, but they were more. I did like 10. I didn't do a whole lot, but I put them in strategic spots of town, like the local music shop, the local coffee shops, people where I was hoping like we'd catch some traffic of younger, like my ideal clients coming in, like parents who have kids in that ideal kind of age range to take lessons and that kind of thing. And so anyway, and then I put like a little barcode or a QR code where they scan it. It says, hey, get to know me, because that's super important to build some rapport and trust with parents. And so I recorded a little video, a welcome video of me on my website saying, hey, I'm Josh. I teach beginner guitar lessons. Here's how I got started. Here's, blah, blah, blah. Here's a little bit about me. If you're interested in doing this for you or your student, click the link and sign up for a lesson or whatever. But they get to see who I am, my face. It kind of builds a little more trust. Okay, would I trust this person with my, my kid, or would I trust them as a person, and that kind of thing. And so, anyway, but going back to the piano example, the guitar store in town, I've gotten at least 2 or 3 leads from there because I've bought all these guitars that I've bought or I haven't bought for my students, but I buy all my guitars there intentionally because I want to support my local businesses in town. And the guy there is super grateful. I think at this point, and I've only been doing this for this year, I think I've counted like 13 or 14 guitars that I funneled through his store already. Usually when someone shows up, I tell them, don't let not having a guitar be the reason not to come. Like, I have studio guitars for you. And usually they'll play it, they'll rent it for a week or 2, and then I only charge $5 a week to rent it. Like, I'm not trying to make money off this. I just want you to start playing. 9 times out of 10, the parent will come back and buy that guitar And I just say, look, whatever you've paid in rental fees, I'm just going to put toward the price of what it cost me. And you just buy the rest of it. Like, I'm not trying to make money. I just want your kid because the money is being made in the lessons, right?
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
that guitar sells. I go back to Mike at the guitar store. I'm like, Mike, I need another rental, man. So I'll go pay whatever, $200 for a guitar and a case and get going. I'm actually this Friday, I'm going to go buy another one because it just happened again. So, but those now he told me, he's like, hey man, look, there's like 4 or 5 guitar teachers with their names on the board, but if anyone asks, I'll always just tell them you. So that's that's an accumulation of some stuff over time. But anyway, that's another example. Last one I had was networking with your local arts councils if you have one, or like different artist groups in town. So I live in a town called Columbus, and there's the Columbus Arts Council, and I went and just stopped by there one day and I met the guy. His name was Salem. I said, hey bro, like, I'm a guitar teacher in town. We happen to know some of the same people and connected. And then I started talking about NFTs, and that really got us nerding out over stuff. But anyway, and now he came back to me like a week or two ago. He's like, hey man, our arts council is trying to put on some shows. Would you be interested in like playing a live show at a local business and kind of promoting your own lessons there? And I was like, man, that's perfect. It's a win-win. Bring my local art community, and like, maybe someone will filter through and want to take a lesson. Who knows? But but anyway, but connecting. But now he knows a lot of people in the art community, obviously. And he got me, like, because of that, I had another connection with a guy who's on the board of that art council named Garrett. Garrett is actually who I'm subrenting my new location space from. So man, it's all about your network and that kind of stuff. And so when you're doing it organically, you just know that it takes time, and it's a slow grind, but not everyone has, $500 to spend an ad spend off the bat. So man, you gotta put the elbow grease in it. And I still don't do enough. Like I should 10x, as Grant Cardone says, I should 10x my efforts, and I would get 10x results. I think my now honestly is like to get to 6 figures organically. I think that would be really cool to say I got 6 figures without one paid ad. I don't know that I'll do it this year, but like it's possible. It's a possible thing. And in my hometown, I only have 24,000 people. Like, can it be done? I think it can. So we'll see. Definitely. But anyway, those are some examples.
Yeah. And I was just going to add a couple of things to that. So your network is your net worth, they say.
That's right.
Before, which is really powerful. And just the relationships you've built with people makes a huge difference. They know you're trustworthy, you're consistent, you're on time, you're presentable, professional. It all adds up. And so I was just going to add a few things to that list. So you said guitar shops, coffee shops. You can maybe call around the churches. You could call around the schools, the local schools, primary and secondary, or you call them lower school and upper school or something. You call high school,
like middle school and high school.
Yes. Kindergarten is the first one, isn't it?
Like kindergarten, preschool, kindergarten. So
okay, so we have preschool, reception, primary school, secondary school, college, university. That's kind of how we do it. So you can call all of them if you have a university and you've got time to call them and just say, does anyone offer music classes there? Can I put a poster up? Can I put some pull tabs up there every week? There's even a bulletin board at my local supermarket local to my studio. And the last time I put a flyer up there, within 2 days, someone had ripped it down. So either someone who was interested or a rival potentially. And then after that, I never put one up again, but that was 4 years ago. So that's really silly. So that's something I want to do. So just any bulletin board you can find, put something up, put some pull tabs up. Doesn't cost a lot to print off some pull tabs. You could even handwrite them if you really wanted to.
That's right. I forgot all about the pull tabs. And when I started years ago, like doing it part-time, pull tabs were the way, man. Like, and here's a little pro tip. Put it up there, then go ahead and rip 1 or 2 off. Act like there's some interest there already. So that's a little trick I did. Like,
you can even put 2 up, and rip off half, like 8 of one.
Yeah,
The scarcity.
that's it. Exactly. It's that scarcity mindset. Exactly. Exactly. So
We're
yeah, man,
geniuses, man.
brilliant. So yeah, and that totally forgot about pull tabs. That is definitely a
Yeah.
cheap way to go, man. And
But yeah, music shops, guitar shops, even my local post office, you can pay a little bit of money to put a sign up. I didn't really get much from that, but maybe I needed to have it there for a while. The other one is you can actually call your local newspaper. So our Weybridge local newspaper, I think there's 2 or 3 that you can pay for a little ad in there. You can even pay for a whole page ad. I think it was maybe a couple hundred for the month, so it wasn't like thousands, but again, that's money, that's paid advertising, so that's not organic. So that's not really the subject of today, is it?
It's all good, man.
Anyway,
tips, yeah.
But yeah, it's also I'm taking this from like underground club nights that we have quite a lot in the UK. I don't know if you have much where you are, but at loads of traffic lights, they'll put a little poster up, like it wouldn't necessarily be paper, it might be like more corrugated, so it could withstand the rain, but there'll be like a big event that's coming up a month later, and they'll be like, go to this night, it's open 15th to the 16th or 15th to the 17th. You know, garage music all night or whatever. I don't know if you've heard of garage, but it's a type of music underground here. So that's another thing you could do. It might get ripped down, it might be against your local council, but you can either go along the route of call the council and check if it's okay, or put it up, maybe get some awareness, maybe get some leads, and then ask for forgiveness if you know it. So it depends what kind of person you are. Do you want to ask permission, or do you want to ask for forgiveness?
Yeah, that's right,
after
man.
the fact. So
yeah, and go to, like, made me think too, like in our little town, they have a Columbus Welcome Center, you know.
Yeah.
And I'm actually, now that I'm talking about this, I may go pay them a visit too. Be like, hey, like, people that show up to the city, they just moved here, like they want to know where to go eat, where to send their kids to school. Like they'll probably want to know who has music lessons, you know. Like that would be a great way to just go be available, at least put your name on the board, so to speak, and be like, oh yeah, you're new to the town, like here's who you can check out. Or you know, just do it in a service way too. Be like, look, I know a lot of music teachers in town now. If you have someone that shows up and just tell them to call me. Like, yeah, I teach guitar, but I don't do voice, I don't do piano, I don't do drums. Like, but I know people who do, you know. And you know, I could be a point of contact to help other people too. So yeah, kind of looking at it that way, man.
Nice. Yeah, well, I mean, that people just going off on a complete tangent. People just set up websites where whatever you want musically, they'll have like a bulletin board, their own Rolodex of people, and then you can pay them for what is it? So the music teachers will pay you for leads. But that's a whole nother business model and another conversation for another day. It's like a music directory.
Yeah, man. And I just another thing I may do that won't cost anything, and this will be a bigger project for me. I don't even know if I'll have time at the stage of life I'm at with 2 kids and, you know, trying to run this business. But I want to do some online courses that are just beginner friendly, but it'll be like a lead magnet thing. So
yeah,
hey, you want to learn how to play guitar? Well, just try my free course. If you like it, you can do lessons later. But like here are, you know, have them put their credentials, get their name, address, phone number, like make a profile or a lead for you. And then, but that gives them access to a course of, here are 3 online videos to help you play your first song, whether that's something, a 1-fingered song, you know, or a 1-chord song or whatever it is. But like that will get the ball going and offer something free of value to someone. And if they like it, then they can say, yeah, I want to sign up for lessons or not. But anyway, I'm part of this little group called Build Your Life Resume. And that's that little calendar you see behind me.
Yeah.
It's And it's only a community of like, I don't know, 1,200 people, but I've even thought, because I'm so involved in that community, everyone always just does stuff to help each other out. I may just do a course specifically for them, be like, hey guys, like I just want to, and if someone signs up, great. If not, it's not a big deal either, but it's like,
you're building rapport.
Yeah, building the rapport, man. Just say, hey, look, I want to give some value to people who I care about, because you guys have given me a lot of value, essentially. And this will be it's all about, this particular group's about just trying new things and like setting these crazy goals and just making memories throughout the year, intentional memories, instead of just going through the daily grind of the rat race.
Yeah.
And so one of the things I could offer is like, look, I teach guitar. How about you just try guitar, see if you like it? And if it does, you can either if you want to take lessons with me, great. If not, go to your local musician, support them, like take lessons from them too. Like there's lots of things you could do from there. So
the industry.
Yeah, man. And so I just want to start giving more value. The more people I'm listening to and following on social media, that one, I'll just specifically like Gary Vaynerchuk is all about amplifying the message of give value, give value, give value. Now Grant Cardone's getting on that bandwagon, and now like Alex Hormozy is another stud I listen to. He's all about that too. There's some heavy hitters now that are really amplifying that. Just give. And Gary Vaynerchuk even wrote a book called, what was it? Jab, 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 right hook. And the whole idea is like you give free, then make the ask of something. And Alex Hormozy has commented on that. He's like, I think it's more like give, and then receive without even asking. Like eventually you're going to give so much value. The what's it called? The reciprocity effect kicks in, and they're just like, dude, you give me so much, I at least want to buy something, like, you know, from you. And so I think that's how you build a brand in the big scheme of things. You're not looking for those quick online buck or whatever. You're just saying, I want to build a brand and build value where people feel, you know, like, hey man, you were like actually helped me. I actually want to help you now. So
nice. I love that. Okay. Because that was such a great point, I think we'll finish it there. But appreciate your comments today. Really, really powerful stuff. I feel it was so good. We could even charge for it one day.
That's right.
Just give.
But today it is free.
Appreciate your time today, Josh. Lots of great experience. I'm sure you guys got lots of interesting ideas there. Hopefully got the cogs turning. And we will see you in the next podcast.
Adios.
Out. Take care. Guitarbus.co.